espouse the maid's interests, and it is clear that she wishes to add you to her collection. We must do as she commands, but we will be prudent in how we proceed. This ballad, The Champions, is one to be undertaken with great caution. So, Sagril, are you ready to make the preparations and depart? Now is the time. Then it is time. You are the last knight of the House of Ballads. You represent all that we've been through, all that we are, in this telling and all those to come. There is little you can do to prepare for the journey ahead, but take another resurrection potion like the one you used to save Ferrara. You may need it. This is all I can offer you. The rest of the story is yours to tell. One can always find what is sought if the desire is strong enough. Venture northeast of the House of Ballads, and you will find your way. You are our last hope, Zach.
The court calls and I obey.
come. Wise. Wiser than those other fools in the House of Ballads. It is their inability to see beyond themselves that has brought them to this end. This is my realm, and any who seek to cross it must first face my challenges. The Wall of Thorns awaits. You will not lay eyes on him until I find you worthy of it. I pull your strings now. If you wish to rescue your friends, you must cross the field of battle. I am not of the summer court, but a flower of the bleak winter, and I desire the one thing that the chill of immortality cannot provide: love. As it is in the telling, so it will be for you. Only a true knight of the House of Ballads may pass beyond the wall, and every true knight needs armor. Tell me, beloved, are your tales worth a minstrel's breath, or are you just dust waiting to fall?
Look who it is, Krath. Hallam the White has sent his right hand to tear at Our Lady's good name. You are interrupting a duel for the ages. There can only be one Windermere champion, and it shall be me. Of course, Krath has never been one to concede gracefully. The pawns of Hallam only wish to harm our mistress, and they will feel the sting of our blades. Do not count yourself among them. That would be unwise. She is the only one who deserves our worship, the only one willing to stand against the telling and fight for her own ambition. She is glorious. It is I, but in truth I've discovered a greater calling, a purpose that will never fade. I fight for the maid now, and she whispers her love to me. Need our armor? Is this a jest? You will never impress the maid. She is only interested in true knights of the realm. Perhaps you can help us choose the Grail. Krath and I were just fighting over who should be the maid's true champion. Unless you believe yourself worthy of such an honor, then by all means challenge one of us to a duel. The prize, your sought-after armor. We honor this field of battle in the name of the maid, who can have but one champion. Only one defender of Windermere, and one worthy of her love. Krath thinks it is he who she desires, but he is wrong. He is always wrong. There can only be one defender of Windermere. As Sir Elswin was no longer worthy, Krath and I dispatched him hastily, and in a manner befitting one of his service. You may win more than just my armor, Sagril. You will know that you are truly the victor, for Eärmer is the greatest knight ever to raise a sword in the maid's name. What? Where's the court? How have I come to be here? Why does it feel as though I've just woken from a waking dream? You mentioned something about armor. Please take these robes if you must.
Stop! You have chosen. The maid can only have one champion. The maid's hand has turned me to the light of truth. What did it show me? It showed me that the House of Ballads is in ruins. Escape while you have the chance. Her Majesty will no longer be overlooked. Try as you might to vanquish the Emerald Lady, you will not succeed. She is everlasting. Yes, you know me, but I stand for my lady now. The Maid of Windermere is everything. Goodbye.
I am so confused, Sagro. One moment I was in the Court of Enchantments, and the next I was here, in this strange green place. Yes, I remember something about the House of Ballads. There was talk of a troll, perhaps. I wish I could remember. It's the witch that did this to me. I am Ermer. I retrieved the Sword of Ryderk. I defeated Nyx. Did any of that even happen? Was it all just a dream? I don't know anymore.
The kingdom cursed by maid's dread hand, when all were doomed to sleep, the lovely Bellmaid rescued all, despite her cause to weep. And why did Bellmaid cry, you ask? Her king Wenson was ill. The evil maid of Windermere had tried to break his will.
Error's love she'd pretend. Seduced by Belmaid's false love, Sir Error let her through. Then Belmaid did cloak herself, when castle she did view.
With every head you lay before me. Well done. You rival even Sir Elswin in your foolish arrogance. You may have passed the Wall of Thorns, but the Weeping Gorge proposes its own unique challenges. He was captain of the Royal Windermere Guard, and my staunchest defender. His body lies below where it fell. I mourn him in my own way. Like all the elders, little phantoms hiding behind the victories of the past. Weak minds are the easiest to control, and those two are mine now. It is what prevents my enemies from simply marching into my kingdom and feeding it to the flame. To raise the bridge, one must defeat its guardian, the legendary Sir Elswin. Only then will the path make its way open to you. Alas, Sir Elswin has been killed, as goes the story. This time I fear he's staying quite dead. Another terrible price of our waning magic. Pity.
I have you right where I... Wait! What's the meaning of this? Who are you and where is my opponent? Oh! I see what happened. Blast! Perhaps next time. I was once a grand knight in the clan of Isa, but misfortune befell me when I believed the lies of the witch. She lured me, wooed me, honored me, promised me power. I became the champion and protector of her castle. That did not last long. She tired of my service and my love. Just look at the result. A great sword to the throat, how else? It was gloriously bloody, if I recall. The champion had been told to end my service to the maid. Really? I don't think so, Dustling.
Enough, mortal. You presume too much. This song does not belong to you. There can only be one champion, and his name is Sakreth. What is this? What have you done, Sagra? What brings me to this strange place? It's as though a troll has been braining me with his club. Goodbye. I suppose I should thank you for rescuing me from this enchantment. That would be the noble thing to do. Perhaps I will get to it eventually. I never fully appreciated what I shared as part of Wenson's inner circle. Now that it's been struck down, I can only hope that it will one day be restored. A prickly one, the maid. I never thought she'd become so ambitious, so vile. Once she was like us, just a player in the game. Now, she's something more. I don't feel all too different, actually. I'm just as miserable as ever. I do hope the lingering effects of this enchantment wear off eventually. Goodbye.
You are brave. No mortal has ever set foot in my domain. Isn't it wondrous? I've spent centuries whispering my wishes to the earth, the trees. The crystal has made it so. Never before has there been one worthy of sharing it with me. Do you fancy yourself a ruler? Join me and my enchanted beasts in this, the autumn of my kind. You do not dare speak to me in such a manner. I am the author of the future, not you! Hallam has seen it, and I dream of little else. The tale of the Fae enters its final telling. All the old songs will perish with their heroes, and a new era will begin. And while the end is near, it has yet to be written. You are the harbinger of change our people have long feared, and with you lies our legacy. Those who seek to be my subjects, to serve me in every way. The wild Fae you see before you are under an enchantment. This keeps them docile. You are safe here so long as you do not anger my friends. They will pay you no mind, but some advice. Keep your weapons sheathed. Whatever I desire, it makes possible. I wanted to change the ballads, and I have done it. I wanted Wenson, and he is mine. The Prismeer makes it so. Wenson waits for you in my castle, but only a fool would simply invite you in. And I am no fool. I have been part of this story for too long. This village is my legacy, how the world will remember me when all the courts have fallen. Below, my army prepares to wipe clean the songs of yore. You could lie beside me in the waning days, but if rescuing Wenson is what fate has written for you, then you will find him, and you will find me.
Welcome. You're not at all what I expected. I am Sagril, Chancellor of Windermere. She said you were beautiful, although I have noticed that she has peculiar tastes. You're just in time. Our little army is building up quite nicely. I was beginning to fear that we'd actually have to execute the lady's plans, ludicrous as they are. Every summer ballad ends in the maid's defeat. Time and again she has played the villain. Now she intends to change that permanently, and she has the power to do so. This army is not a new device, not at all. It is all part of the great ballad Cursed Kingdom, in which fair Queen Bellmaid reduces the maid's army to a scattered mob. Please, it is just Sagril. I am no knight. I only recently came of age. The maid seized me just as I was leaving my hollow, as though she had been waiting. The great cycle has left me vacant, but I am no friend of the Maid of Windermere. Though the winter ballads name her a hero, her favourite role is the heartless tyrant. The beasts in this village may act civilized, but they are anything but. Cross them and they will kill you, just like their wild cousins would. It is the source of her power and of her madness. Normally she's not so terrible to be around, if you don't mind plotting and treachery, that is. Of course you are, forgive me. I often forget that my time with the House of Ballads has passed. Now I am but a prisoner of the maid. We all are. You see, this place, it's calm. It is only an illusion. The maid uses her strange crystals to pacify the beasts, just as she enchants our friends. We must destroy the crystals to earn our freedom, but they are invisible to all but the maid. It is her song that calls them. The crystals are hidden around the village and forest of Summer's End. You cannot see them with the naked eye. They appear only when summoned by a musical tone. You must hurry. Quite a display, my friend. It makes me proud to share a name. You made quick work of the maid's army. The lady herself, however, will prove more formidable. Take this. It's the key to the village bell house. That bell rings with the same tone as the flute, only louder. So loud it can be heard across these high mountains. The toll will break the enchantment on the maid's castle. Then you will have your chance. Make the most of it, my friend. It may be your last. And now I am free. I do hope we meet again. I would like you to have this. It's a talisman. I have no need of it where I am going. Just above the chantry. The door to the castle is warded, but once you ring the bell, that ward will be no more. May your gods protect you.
maid would make an army here, some hundreds, thousands strong. And like the rakish Sir Sagrel, Belmaid snuck through entranced glade, and found the source of evil there, a coster of the maid.
I hope it suits your fancy, for you will never leave it. I loathe this rock. Its chilled corridors and dripping ceilings, its whispering haunts of a past long dead. I no more wish to be the queen of this castle as I do to return to it again and again. I will escape its legacy. That is a promise. The fates of Creth and Airmer are on your head, my love. Those good knights were victims of this decaying pattern, sacrifices to the House of Ballads. As for the others, they will fulfill their roles shortly. Each has been saved, freed from their well-worn paths. They walk a new road now. My road. Wenson is here, along with his court of enchantments. The great halls and corridors echo with their voices, of the ancient stories told and forgotten. It is time to begin anew, for we write the final chapter of the House of Ballads. Only when the memory of ancient glories has faded, can new glory be forged. Everything you see, the castle and all that resides in it, could be yours. That includes my love. Consider it.
And to the dawn, and to the echoed dusk, I, the king of ancient ballads, scepter of this house, and the falcon of Detir, annihilator of Elkmar, and on, languish in a sanctified seat. We will hear no more from broken sages, nor listen when we venture forth alone. These wintry beckons like the brazen gull that calls and boasts to others of her kind, from Magwir, maid of Windermere, that once again enraptured me in my hollow.
Sagral, you've come at last. It's time to cross swords with one worthy of your talents. You have caused the maid much grief, and that saddens me. Luckily, your death will provide her much pleasure. I've seen the world as it could be. A realm where I can be what I choose, go where I choose. The maid has enchanted me with her truth. I honor the Emerald Lady with every head I lay at her feet. Yours is next.
Like the terrestrial cane, a crutch that saps the dew of youth. And yet here was beauty manifested, a heart serene, sublime, a clamorous cascade, all in calumnious wonder. When night falls on the countryside, the noise of wanton opprobrious lechery, the stench of sullen gloom, and the false corpse of sordid history exhumed to please, compounded and again interred into the womb of the past. Then am I lost. There is no more of Belmaid, my old love. There is only Markwir. Only Belmaid.
At last you've come. The maid has made her sick fantasy a reality. Everything she was has been warped by the Prismere crystal she holds so dear. It is difficult to tell if she controls it, or if it controls her. We must escape this place. The telling has failed us, Sagral. Nothing is certain. I've been captured by the maid many times in the telling, and I've always escaped. This time, however, I'm afraid the outcome may prove different. Enchanted, all of them. All to write her twisted tale of dominance. This isn't about breaking the shackles of the past. It's about power, nothing more. If we must. But I fear I have no role in this song now. We are far beyond what is familiar. The maid will be in the courtyard, where our ballad finds its end. Come, I will show you. Perhaps then I will find the courage that is required. The maid awaits. We must find the others. They are trapped somewhere in the depths of Windermere. The crystal is how she crept into the heads of the others. How she turned the Court of Enchantments against us. I don't know, but the castle is large, and the maid is clever. She will pit them against us. Of this I am certain. They're around here somewhere.
Look at this, Olaine. The maid's old keep still has vermin lurking in its shadows. Tell me, Sagril, is there a reason we shouldn't exterminate you? I was offered a new telling. One where I no longer bowed to the will of a man who is in every way my inferior. For the first time, I was given a choice. I know who I am. I am Bellmaid, servant of the Queen of Spring, the Maid of Windermere.
courtyard is the maid's favorite part of the castle. It's where she can see the stars. We will find her there. She waits in the courtyard for the king of the House of Ballads. She waits for me. For us. It's not far.
Sacred vows of the rising sun. The eternal flood of a love lies near, a streamlet of satisfied honeyed truth, like the flowered scent of a bedewled veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat, persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending evil. A love, but this one most divine and fair, the memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will, the gentle calming wind that like the supine earth of trees embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember Belmaid.
Stop! Sagar, wait! Go no farther! I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the King's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future, as creatures of common purpose. So they say, but you and I both have seen the coming fire, a change the likes of which no fae, summer or winter, has ever seen. The telling will never cease, but the ballads that make up its grand design will wither and fade, and new ones will blossom on the vine. All you have witnessed was for me alone. It was justice. Imagine a lifetime of bondage 100 times over, and you will know my suffering. You, though, you are special. You are one capable of comprehending such concerns. We too, we are misunderstood. Perhaps, but you and I are the same. We challenge the past and strive to rewrite the future. We are singing the greatest song of all. The Tuatha have taught me that power only comes with the willingness to destroy, to begin anew and tell new stories. And in Prismeer, they have found the means to do so. I weep for what might have been. You and I, side by side, wielding the power of the crystal. But there can only be one hero. In the flesh at last. It is a pit. All you, though, so that the telling will never see. Perhaps the two I
live for the rest of my life without him knowing, well then I'll deal with that. I think there's something to be said for it. I think it's noble. Yeah, I could tell someone, but that's just asking for praise. What makes it an act of kindness is that nobody knows, or at least that he doesn't know. I let him have the glory. No one has to know his arrow missed. He saved the town. He's a hero.
I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid of Windermere. She will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion, as she to I. And balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand, a torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero and the maid.
have returned, victorious. I know you had a chance to change our telling, to break the Maid and the House of Ballads from their natural course. Yet you did not. You struck down the witch Magware and restored our legacy for now. But there were casualties. The Maid's death rendered Wenson impotent. This cannot stand. As a result, you have ascended to your rightful place. You are now Queen of the House of Ballads. Do not worry yourself, Highness. You did everything within your mortal power to prevent these events from taking place. And in many ways, you found success. But this is a new era, one in which the seasons ahead are known to no one. Not even you could have predicted the Maid's actions. Wenson's tale will live on in the telling, far longer than even we know. However, his actions in Windermere will be part of the ballad now. His final cowardice.
Glynel, I assure you it's an ancient codex, just like in the tales.
Intriguing. She has claim over many stories, but still, why would the codex reveal itself to a child of dust?
And here I was beginning to think that you'd never show up. This is Glynel, your master of the House of Ballads. Give the codex over to him, and he may have your answers. I'm a woman of many talents, and we're all taught that we must use our talents for the greatest good, right? The Codex of Fate is no simple law stone. It's more subtle and complex than any mortal could comprehend. But a law master of ballads may be able to interpret it. The Fae do not have a written language, so their tales are their lifeblood, their history, and their future all in one. The House of Ballads is where they enshrine these legends and celebrate them time and again. The Summer Court, or the Seelie Fae if you prefer, embody the growth and energy of nature, but they can still be as aloof and uncaring as a brutal summer day. The current High King of the Fae is Titarian, the wisest of the Summer Court. While Gadflow has undermined the Winter Court, he tries to keep their cycle in balance. The Winter Court, or the Unseelie, embrace the destruction and decay of nature. They aren't evil, but they aren't exactly the best of friends. Normally, they share power peacefully with the Summer Court. But since the Tuatha have seized power, there is neither peace nor predictability. We are the charmed, the subtle, and the inspired. In happier days, we were the loftiest of the mortal races. We despised open war. But for decades, the Tuatha have been at war with us, pushing into our lands and forcing us to take up arms. For a long time, they were content to keep to their play of the summer and winter courts. Now we fight Gadflow and the Tuatha for our very existence. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflow and his army, but we should have, and now we're all facing the price. Lionel's one of the greatest balladeers amongst the Fae, and the most learned loremaster you'll find outside of Issa. And as it happens, he owes me a favor. You haven't been around much, have you? The Tuatha have been pressing west from their home in Alabastra. Right now, they're only threatening my people. But if we fall, the Tuatha will turn their eyes to the other mortal races. A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. Batarian isn't quite what you'd expect from the High King of Summer, but he hasn't got the arrogance of his cousins, or their cheer. Ever since Gadflow killed the High King of Winter and started the war, Batarian has become distant and melancholy, and blind to the dangers around him. The Tuatha are a radical sect of Fae within the Winter Court, led by Gadflow and his insane rants about their new god. They've taken power and declared war on mortals. They use raw prisoner to enhance their power, and their devotion borders on madness. But the most terrifying thing to the Fae is simply the fact that their siblings have changed so completely. We've known for a long time that Prismere crystals allow us to store and focus magical power. The gnomes use it in their grander inventions, when they can get it. But we have no idea how Gadflow got a hold of so much of it. It makes his Tuatha the most dangerous army I've ever seen. Lore Master Lionel has devoted centuries to the study of lore and ancient Fae stories. The codex you found isn't just any lore stone. Just talk to him, and I'm sure he'll be able to shed some light on the issue. Be on your way.
I was unaware that you were associated with Lady Shear. She speaks very highly of you. Occasion rare enough to be worth recording in its own right. Let's see this codex. Perhaps another of your tales will be written within. The fabled Codex of Destiny. When the Fate Weavers formed their order, our High King gave his own wisdom to assist them. To have such knowledge in your hands is a tremendous gift, but why did it reveal itself to you? If you had told me such a thing before your adventure with the Maid of Windermere, I would have doubted you. Now, I can make out some parts, but this is odd. The Codex speaks of an exception, a void, an end to the endless. This is simply too much. The High King would never pawn such absurdity off as wisdom. I'm sure you think it is. I fear you must have been taken in by a forgery. A perfectly created one, perhaps, but a forgery nonetheless. This codex speaks of impossible things, changes to fate, death of the immortals, and other heresies. Ascribe these lies to the High King would be... I'm sorry, but I must ask you to take it away. I will have no part in these lies. He's an offense to our people. He upsets the natural order, and his war breaks the cycle. I will speak no more with him. It had a meaning to it. Only its author can tell you. Do not bother me with such foolishness again.
Lionel spends his life cherishing old stories. that show him something truly new, and he dismisses it. Tragic. No, I bet my blades that it's real. Lionel may be a very learned scholar, but it's been ages since he had to learn anything new. Most Fae don't take well to new ideas. If this old fool thinks the High King would never have written the Codex, then it's all the more important that the High King see it. It will be difficult. His court is in the city of Issa. Very few mortals are permitted in its gardens. I do know one individual who can grant you permission to enter, but you'll have to meet him alone. Nirelem is a private person, and he carries a grudge against me, although perhaps person isn't the right word for him, nor is him. You'll find him in southeast Dalantoth at Caer Nirelem. Just head towards the giant tree, and, well, you'll see. That codex isn't just a complicated lore stone. It seems to tell a tale most Fae don't want to hear, and created by High King Tatarian himself, no less. Interesting. That old coward. He may have lived 100 heroic lives, but he's lost the moment he faces something truly new. Pathetic. Nirelem is the oldest living mortal. He remembers the time before even the Fae called these lands home. You should see how they cherish him. He rarely grants an audience to visitors. His tenders say he knows the future as well as the past. It makes him very particular about what he says. You'll have to meet him on your own. I'd accompany you, but Nirelem and I have our disagreements. Good luck with Nirelem, and ignore anything he says about me.
It cheers me to see you alive. Word about the court has spread throughout the House of Ballots. What does it mean when all you've come to know is no longer? I will always have my healing, I suppose, but what shall become of the telling? I only wish I'd been there. All my lifetimes, I've waited for the moment. A time to make a real difference. I should have been there for my lords and ladies. Farewell. Done the right thing. You are the agent of change, but it is destruction that you bring.
Having a mortal leader in the House of Ballots will take some getting used to. Our kind are not as prone to change as you dustlings. Farewell, my friend.
The agent of change, but it is destruction.
If the maid had such power, imagine what other threats may face us.
Unfortunate. I hope that a true codex had been uncovered. Sing your song.
May the stone sing your song to the ages. May the breath of time remember you. Listen, listen as the echo stone etches each ballad in memory. The Balgan came, eyes of flame, and hearts born black with fury. To Lorca reign, through wind and rain, their wish to rend and plunder. Till two knights true, in green and blue, rose up to face this villain, and sought a blade that would not fade in spring or deepest winter. Rydert was forged, a mystic sword, one that would do its duty, and the knight's battle through, in green and blue, laid the bargain low forever.
You are the agent of change, but it is destruction that you bring.
I've got what you need, Ove. I never doubted for a moment that the maid had met her match. She has plagued the House of Ballads for too long. Good riddance, I say. Bye-bye.
We will not change. It leaves a bitter taste in my mouth.
The House of Ballads is no more.
The witch has perished, but the telling will persist. Right, Your Grace?
Beautiful bellmaid asked us, who wants to go at making the potions? And I look around thinking, what fool wouldn't jump at the chance to spend his days sitting around drinking such magical tonics? Not me. Yeah.
You do me a great honor by visiting, Your Grace. We have all heard of your victories in Windermere, and we are grateful. I do not wish to speak of it. How I couldn't see these events, these deaths. It escapes me. I am not fit to be among you. I have failed us all. See you soon.
What is it, my liege? Welcome back.
The telling rests in your hands. We follow as we have always done.
You have defeated the maid, but what?
Welcome back to the house, Sagral. Or is it your grace? Hallam has told me of your trials in Windermere. It must have been quite an ordeal. I am here only to serve, as I served King Wenson before you. I will be here.
We can no longer hide in the shadows behind the trees. The Warriors are here to stay.
Wenson's departure is odd, yes, but it is clear that he has been bested by one of greater skill, one better suited to the telling. I serve you now, Sagral, or should I say, your grace. Ah, beautiful she was, like a shadow across the surface of a frozen lake. She always wished to escape her doomed role, and perhaps now she has truly gotten her wish. He will serve you well, But even Hallam knows that a mortal in the House of Ballads is an oddity, an omen. And no one knows omens like Hallam. My liege, I will do what I've always done, and that is to serve the Summer Court by reveling in the telling of the House of Ballads. I know nothing else. He will always be with me, especially after the events in Windermere. When I fight, he fights. That is the way of the telling.
Good to see you.
But you've saved us. Yes, and I thank you for that. And wish I had some widow spare you.
Can't stop now. It's good to keep working. It reminds me that I'm keep safe.
town for the craft fair?
You're always welcome at the Crafters Guild. Come back anytime.
Inga won't bite. Just tell her what you want meant. Good then. Don't mind me. Off on those old songs. So long.
Nerilim says few words, and even fewer words are spoken of the children of dust. You are quite the exception. Nerilim would not mention you unless there was some pressing matter of fate. You should speak with the wise tree yourself and learn of what has been foreseen. We care for the tree, making sure it grows strong and true. But we are more than just simple gardeners. It is an honor to be one of the chosen who meditate in the shade of Nerilim's wisdom, cultivating and bonding with its spirit. Chosen by the Summer Court, I serve as one of many tenders to Nerilim. Occasionally I'm privileged enough to hear the wisdom of the great tree itself. Nerilim is wiser than King Tatarian, and older than memory itself. Nerilim's words of wisdom carry much weight with the Summer Court. Go with wisdom.
Nerilim, may your wisdom grow within us all.
The wise tree knows all of time, but shares it with to bring the light of truth, to save a village plagued, to find a cure for them, her quest, the Maid of Windermere, her test. She faced the evil maid enraged, she trembled with her wrath. Undo your evil magic now, or I will end this tale, I vow.
The Ancient One is not ageless, like we claim. Someday, even Nerilim will pass from this world.
Come closer, little curiosity. The curious one seeks a way to the Fae, but it has found its way to the boughs of the World Tree instead. Rest, Quickling, and I may study you. Look around you, and I am all that you can see. My roots spread across Dalantarth. My leaves read the winds from Frostbrine Coast to Alabastra. My family and I circle this world. We were saplings when your kind emerged from the dark, and we will grow with you until this world burns once again. My roots spread wide and deep, and I have heard what brought you here, but I cannot see where you go hence. The time of the Fae is passing. I must shelter them in their twilight, and protect them from the Prismere corruption that spreads in their kin. The gardens of fate are clear to me, and all that ever shall be are visible in its blooms. Issa's end has always been certain. Buried beneath Prismere blades, I can only hold back the tide. But you, perhaps you can change the currents. Where you tread, you mark all you touch. Before I would help you, I must know. Will you be a kind gardener, or a careless reaper? Like
all quicklings, you are eager to act. I would rather see the method of your action. A tribe of trolls has been corrupted with Prismir. Their matriarch, Nash, has united the clans in the first step on the path of Dalantarth's demise. You can change this fate, but to what? In doing so, you may awaken a more dangerous threat, like your ally, Aelin Shear. She walks a dark and tangled path. A path you once walked together, before you died. But your path is your own now. Defeat Nash, remove the taint of Prismir. Then I shall see who you are, if not who you will become. Aelin Shear is a mystery and a simplicity. She is focused in a way few quicklings are. Her dedication is true, but I do not know the cause. Together you have walked dark paths beneath my boughs. You knew one another before your death, or thought you knew each other. Like the sun in the sky, they knew me when I was a sapling, and they will know me when I rot. But they will never know change, nor how to save themselves from their patterns. Only one Fae has ever truly changed, and he now leads an army to destroy your kind. I am as world trees have ever been since the dawn of time. I watch, I understand, and I remember. The troll matriarch. Prismir has corrupted her, making her cruel, cunning, and far more ambitious than her brethren. She bears the marks of the Tuatha, and she shares their murderous intent. To creatures of flesh like yourself, Prismir is a powerful tool to harness magic. But to creatures of pure magic, like Tuatha or trolls, Prismir is so much more. To them, it is a curse, a blessing, and a rapture all in one. It drives them and consumes them, and to the weak-willed, it corrupts them utterly. The fates of quicklings are very simple. Growing, consuming, expanding, dying, and always rushing predictably along your paths. You are unique among them. You decide your own direction.